Hey, Dana here. Yeah, welcome to my project. Today's project is number 7 in the series of replacing the carpet in our living room, and I'm on day 5, I think. So I'm only putting about 2 hours at a time into it. I'm replacing it with laminate, and just a quick go through as to how to do this. It's taking me a little while to get it down where I doesn't take me much to do anymore. Start out because you gotta be real careful because this is cardboard, pressed cardboard instead of pressed wood this time, and basically I'm bringing it up right underneath. So you're gonna flip it up, and just a note, because I'm going back and forth. This is a smaller piece, and then it's connected to a longer one on this end. And now I'm locking it back in with a long one, and that will go right up under. Maybe. Okay. That locks up. And once it locks up, it's gonna sit up here just a little bit, and that's because it's gonna lock in with the one underneath. And then we'll go ahead and push it down. Now with this one here, the next one, you got to match them up. And this has got just a little bit of a lip, and that's going to slide right under this one. And then this bump is going to slide and lock into that bump. So what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to get it up here just a little bit, just so it taps it, okay? Me locking this in later, but it's going to sit like that. And of course now your next one is going to be the exact same way, and you're going to lock in, and it's going to have just a little bit of a lip. And now you're going to have your short piece on this end, and that's going to do the same thing. Now what you're going to do is, once you get to that point, you're going to take this little tool right here, and it's hammered, and then you're going to go under the lip under here, and then you're going to tap it, and then they're going to lock in. Okay. Now, before you do that, you're going to want to lock these in here. And what I found, because they want you to use a block to hit here, well, guess what? You mess up this freaking lip here when you do that. So after a couple of them, I decided, well, why don't I take another one and then put it right on here, lock it in place, and now hit that with it. And that works perfect. It locks them right in. You're going to get to a point where it's going to lock in just a little bit, and you're probably not going to be able to get it to lock, because when you're hitting that end, it's going to shove it to the other end. And what I usually do is I have my wife, she stands on one of them, and then I tap it into place. Now, once you get everything locked in, I recommend that you can go 2, but when you do, I recommend that you take a small tag nail, line it up with where you're gonna put your trim, and it's gonna sit on top of it anyway. So I recommend that you tack one end of that section. Okay, you can leave the other end untacked, because it is a floating floor and you want the expansion, okay? But because of how cheap this cardboard is, I got frustrated because it kept pulling apart. And so I chose to go ahead and put a tack nail in the ends of it till I get it where it's locked in. So it's coming out rather well. Unfortunately, you get what you pay for, and when you go to get it where you want to put it, just get another piece and then set it up from here to the wall and then mark it. Just do it backwards. Okay, you're going to want to put it backwards because that's the one you want. And then go ahead and mark it and then cut it off. You're gonna have to use a table saw to do it. All right. Also, it's gonna be opposite each time. So my next piece on this one is gonna have a different end on it. I got two little ones. The next one's gonna have this end on it, and that's gonna mate in. Also, you can see a little bit of damage here, and you got to be careful that inside those edges aren't unplugged. Okay. Also, sure you do it the same when you're looking down the edge on it. Okay. So that's how you do that, and as you can see, you got two different ends. All right. So, all right. That's that for that. Unfortunately, I've had to work with furniture in the room. All right, so that takes a little bit of maneuvering. I even used damaged pieces because they do have. This one has a roller on it, and so does that. So anyway, when you get done, you're going to want to walk around, move stuff around, and check to make sure all your little ends are mating, everything's tight, and then put a good coat of vinyl or floor protectant on there. So, all right, thanks for following me, and catch me on the next one.